Idi Amin Dada Oumee was the president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979 and is most known for his ruthless dictatorship and crimes against humanity. Amin was born in Kokobo, West Nile Province, Uganda, in 1925. From the 1940s through 1970, he progressed through the ranks of the military. Amin deposed the existing leader in 1971 and declared himself president. He ruled from 1971 until 1979. During his reign, he led a luxurious lifestyle despite contributing to Uganda's economic downfall. He tried to maintain power by all means, which resulted in widespread human rights abuses, including mass murders. After being overthrown in 1979, he escaped to Libya, then to Saudi Arabia, where he died on August 16, 2003. Amin did not write an autobiography, nor did he provide permission for an official written record of his life. There are several discrepancies regarding when and where he was born. According to most biographical accounts, he was born in either Kokobo or Kampala in 1925. Other unverified reports place Amin's birth year anywhere between 1923 and 1928. Hussein Amin, Amin's son, has said that his father was born in Kampala in 1928. Amin was the son of Andreas Niabire, according to Fred Guadicco, a researcher at Makerere University. Niabire, a Kakwa ethnic group member, switched from Roman Catholicism to Islam in 1910 and took the name Amin Dada. He named his first child after himself. Idi Amin grew up in a remote agricultural community in northwestern Uganda with his mother's family after his father abandoned him at an early age. According to Guadicco, Amin's mother was Asa'at, an ethnic Lugbara and traditional herbalist who treated Buganda aristocracy, among others. According to certain sources, Amin is of mixed Kakwa-Nubian ancestry. Amin joined the British Colonial Army's King's African Rifles, KR, in 1946 as an assistant chef, while also getting military training until 1947. Later in life, he erroneously claimed to have participated in World War II's Burma campaign. In 1947, he was deployed to Kenya as a private for infantry service, where he served with the 21st KR Infantry Unit in Gilgil, Kenya Colony, until 1949. Amin quickly climbed up the ranks due to his personality and skills. His height was rather impressive. He was 6 feet 4 inches tall and was a Ugandan light heavyweight boxing champion and swimmer from 1951 to 1960. He quickly became infamous among his fellow troops for his zealous and brutal military interrogations. He eventually attained the highest rank possible for a black African serving in the British Army. From 1952 until 1956, he was a member of the British operations in Kenya against the Mau Mau revolt. Amin returned to Uganda the next year and was commissioned as a lieutenant on July 15, 1961, becoming one of the country's first 2 commissioned officers. He was tasked with putting a stop to cattle rustling between the Karamojong nomads of Uganda and the Turkana nomads of Kenya. According to researcher Holger Berndt Hansen, Amin's experiences in the colonial military had a significant impact on his worldview, behavior, and communication methods. This featured his direct and hands-on leadership style, which contributed to his popularity among some segments of Ugandan society. Prior to Uganda's independence in 1962, Amin grew close to the new country's Prime Minister and President, Milton Obote. The 2 men worked to smuggle gold, coffee, and ivory out of Congo, but tensions soon developed, and Amin conducted a successful military revolution on January 25, 1971, when Obote was attending a summit in Singapore. Amin was elected President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces in 1971, Field Marshal in 1975, and Life President in 1976. Amin began his reign with popular measures, such as the release of numerous political prisoners. Simultaneously, he dispatched killer squads, to seek out and assassinate Obote supporters, mostly those from the Akoli and Lango ethnic groups, as well as military personnel and civilians. His victims quickly grew to include people of all ranks and orders, including journalists, attorneys, homosexuals, students, and senior bureaucrats. In 1972, he evicted all Asians from Uganda, causing the country's economy to collapse. For his cruelty, Amin became known as the Butcher of Uganda. He had several other nicknames, one of which was Black Hitler. During his presidency, it is estimated that 300,000 people were murdered. He was intimately involved in the hijacking of a French aircraft bound for Entebbe in July 1976. Amin launched an invasion of Tanzania in October 1978. Tanzanian forces eventually overpowered the Ugandan army, with the help of Ugandan nationalists. On April 13, 1979, when Tanzanian-led forces approached Kampala, Uganda's capital, Amin fled the city. He fled to Libya before settling in Saudi Arabia. Amin's fourth wife, Nalongo Medina, stated on July 19, 2003, that he was in a coma and near death from kidney failure at the King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Research Center in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. She begged Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni to let him return to Uganda for the rest of his life. Museveni replied that Amin would have to answer for his sins the moment he was brought back. Amin's family finally opted to withdraw life support, and he died on August 16, 2003, at a hospital in Jeddah. He was laid to rest in a modest cemetery at Jeddah's Ruwais Cemetery, with no ceremony. He was never charged with a severe violation of human rights.